Our goal here is pretty simple. Create a track day Bible, a soup to nuts compendium of how to do track days with a lot of success and a lot of fun.
Suspension, getting into tires, what kinds of things we could look for, how we could improve it, getting into data.
Let's talk a little bit about track day costs.
To get there, it's really kind of your pick of where you want to be. Try to place ourselves somewhere somewhat strategic so we're not walking around all day. If you have never been to a track day before, how to go about it, what kinds of things you might need, how you get signed up, all that kind of stuff of how do I go from never doing one to going to experience it.
What to buy, how to put things together, how to prep your bike.
Part of the whole track day atmosphere is really the people.
How long can you trail? This is aimed at every level of rider, from brand new into the C group, B, A. What about the quick guys? What about A group? What about our control riders?
We'll give you kind of all the tools you need to think about your riding maybe in a different way throughout this section.
He sits up on the brakes, downshift, downshift, downshift. His clutch already moved. All he's got to do is do what, Alex?
If I'm at the track, I'm at track day, I have warmers, should I use them on street tires?
We've seen it. It's the right intention, right? But truly, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. More than likely, all you're going to do is end up overheating this tire.
The ramp nice and smooth. Boom, there we go. Lean toward me a little more. There we go. I like that. And right in here, you can just pause for a second if you want to and get stepped up and just not make this a big rush. And you ready? Here we
Absolutely.
go. Push it on in. This is the safest place to ride a motorcycle, but it's got to be done correctly.
One of the questions we get a lot is people want to ask whether they should run ABS on the track. And we use ABS on all our school bikes all the time, but we do run into the limits of it. We run into ABS, and then that extends the brake zone. So Michael, why would somebody want to eliminate ABS, and how do you do it?
You can go to roadracingworld.com. It's a track day directory for all the track day organizations across the country. And we'll look for a racetrack near us that holds motorcycle track days.
Third part of what we will be working on is going to be the riding portion. How do we get around safer? How do we get going a little bit quicker? How do we have more fun with this with less drama?
A lot like car engine oil. I mean, over time, it starts to break down. It heats up, it cools down, depending on how long it's used. And between the bushing wear and other things inside of the fork that get into the fork oil. As far as a track day, twice a year, every 10 track days, something along those lines, you're not riding at such a high pace as maybe a professional rider, so you can go a little longer.
Can you help us sort this complex mess out and create a system that is useful for everybody?
We'll cover, what channels are important to a rider, at what different level do you want to start introducing newer channels, and we'll talk about the variety of loggers that we can use, the variety of channels that you can log, and we'll go through how to analyze that data in a very methodical way.
I love it, and this is a 3-section ChampU track day. Sit back, go through it, back it up. It's yours for life. Our team's hope is that you love track days as much as we do, and you start to love something when it becomes fun, safe, and something you can grow into. Welcome to ChampU Track Day.